Welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 of the Two Manager Project, and we start with Manager 1 over at Royal Wootton Bassett, and they're currently sitting in 12th, which isn't too bad all things considered. We do have slight issues. The first being, we're not very good at scoring goals. We are joint highest goal scorers, or should I say, with the bottom two teams, Alvechurch and Biggleswade Town. There is only one other team in the division that has scored less goals than us, which is Colville. So that's not a great situation. Plus, we have managed to concede 12, which, yes, St Ives have conceded 12, but they've also scored 12. And Stourbridge in 6th have conceded 12, but they've scored 18. So, you know what I mean? We haven't even broken double figures yet. So there is a slight issue with that. That being said, we've made some changes tactically. I'll show you the schedule first. Today's game, of course, we are at home against Lowestoft. But last time you saw us, start of August, first game of the season, was Bedworth 2-0, which we lost. It was pretty disappointing. But then the next game against Stratford, which we were expected to lose, we won 1-0. St Neots, however, was just utterly depressing, and we got destroyed 4-1, and then we followed up with a 2-2 draw with Malden and Tiptree, which wasn't a bad game, but I think we went 1-0 up and then 2-1 down to be able to then come back and draw. But since then we've made some changes because we kind of needed to. And although the first result with said changes didn't come out right, we actually lost to Banbury, who are currently, I think, lying in 19th. There were some good performances in terms of developing the tactics and how they worked. And bearing in mind, this is, they haven't had a pre-season to work on them. I was very happy with it. And after that, of course, we got 2 wins in a row, which was 2-1 against Stourbridge, where Worrell scored and Hickman. And then 1-0 against Colville. Both games were a lot tighter at the back, but again, we're lacking, threat up front, for want of a better phrase. So, anyway, without further ado, after the 2-0 defeat against Leiston, you remember, were pretty much the top team, apart from, that Hales Owen had to beat in their final game of the season to go up. So Leiston wouldn't be here if not for Hales Owen. So I'm not too surprised to get beaten by him. But it wasn't a great performance. One of the things I am concerned about is Mr. Corkery. Our top scorer from last season, he's only had 1 so far in 8 games. And that's not ideal. He seems to play okay-ish. Worrell is the same. He seems to play okay-ish, but he's only managed 2 goals. So there are some other strikers in the squad. I was hoping these would be performing better. So I don't know. Things have got to be played around a bit with. But without further ado, again, even though there was further ado, let's have a look at the tactics. Oh, yes, I did. It's the 4-4-2 narrow diamond, which means I am not playing either Garner or Charlie Barker, because obviously they're wide players, and they are kind of my only wide players other than a couple of youth team backups. I'm not saying we're never playing 4-4-2 again, but until we sort of strengthen up, I guess. Because we do need to go up a level in strength in terms of the team. Then we're kind of stuffed. But I have made moves. We've signed Danny Gallagher, a decent defensive midfielder. As you can see, he's got decent positioning and teamwork, stuff like that. Not a lot in the skills department, but he's done all right for us. And at a pinch, he can play at the back. And Mr. Davis here was recently signed, young man. He's on the up on his technicals. Again, good teamwork, good vision, reasonable leadership. and a decent first, well, a very good first touch, let's face it. So, but I needed a decent advanced playmaker because I don't really have a lot of depth in that area of the team. If we look at this, I mean, Rob Worrell maybe, but yeah, you got Paul Davis, maybe Mr. Farrell. He's had a go in pre-season, and he did have a go early in the season. He did okay, but he hasn't done stunningly, as you can see. So, needed a bit more strength there, which is why Mr. Davis came in. If we join Manager 2 over at Hales Owen, kind of similar sort of circumstances, really. 14th in the division. We've only managed to win one of our 6 games, which was a thriller against Kidderminster, which actually quite recently. We've managed to draw 4 of them, but of course we have lost against Scarborough as well. So again, not ideal. In terms of goal scoring, we're not stellar at all. We're quite low. We're not the lowest. It's not kind of the same stark difference that Bassett are suffering. And in terms of goals conceded, we're actually doing quite well in that respect. So our defence is tight, and the goalkeepers are working well. We have actually signed another goalkeeper who has played a couple of times. There's going to be rotation there because I've got 2 goalkeepers on 2 stars who want to play, and a goalkeeper on 3 stars who has better skills and obviously wants to play. But I don't want to rule him out because, I mean, if we have a quick look at the goalkeepers, there we go. We've got Folks who's played the predominant number of games, managed 4 clean sheets. You know, he's pretty much as he was. He's 2.5 stars. Sorry, not 2 stars. You've also got Sam French, who a lot of people want. He's on 2 stars. He didn't do bad last season. He's had 5 clean sheets non-competitively. Yeah, I mean, he managed 7 clean sheets in 16 games. It's not bad, is it? That's almost half of them. But because I was concerned about the skill levels and the fact that they're both 20 years old, I signed Luke Purnell, who you may or may not know, I think was with Western-super-Mare, if memory serves. I signed him mostly because I believe his ability, his actual goalkeeping skills to be superior. He's only played 1 game. He got a 7.1 rating and conceded a goal. But nevertheless, you know, he is a decent goalkeeper. He's an experienced goalkeeper. And if I can loan out either French or Folks, I will. Because maybe that's the answer. Okay, and we join Royal Wootton Bassett at home to Lowestoft. And in goal, it's Todd with a back 4 of Smalley, Breaker, Cabani right, Gallagher in defensive midfield, Denby and Hickman in central midfield. Attacking midfield centre, Mr. Davis, and up front it's Fisher and Corkery. Fisher, of course, in for one of the other players, who's not even made the bench because he's just not scoring enough goals, and hopefully Tom can maybe recreate some of the magic from last season. Okay, well, I think we should go out there and give the fans their money's worth, because I'm not sure what else to say to you really to help you score goals. It's time for Corkery to really pull his finger out. Okay, Royal Wootton Bassett, of course, in the blue with the yellow shorts, and Lowestoft are in all white. And let's just demand more, because I'd like to see us push forward a little bit. I'd like to see more highlights too, like the highlight of that one shot that was on target. Oops. Okay, corner. Oh, nearly missed it. Good God. Off the post from Breaker, I think. Denby again with another cross. Over to Fisher, but Bennett got to it first. Good effort, Bassett. We look fairly dominant here, even though we're playing technically cautiously. But then, like I say, this is more of a counter-attack affair. Todd with the goal kick. Out to Breaker. He's being pressed. So I find Smalley. Oh dear, Smalley. Very bad pass. Lowestoft now on the push. Just going to... Hickman clears it. Davies now. He's got people in front of him. Out to Denby. Denby cuts in. Bad pass. Couldn't find Gallagher. Smalley picks it up. Todd now. It's counter-attack upon counter-attack. Green for... Passes through. God, O'Connor takes a shot and it's there for Lowestoft Town. A good shot from outside of the box and... Well, there you have it. Show some passion, lads. I'm starting to question Todd's ability to save long shots. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's not showing him as playing badly, and I felt this to be an issue with keepers on this game for a while, like, especially when you're watching, you know, the goals they concede and you get an understanding, at least, of how you think they're playing. And you think they're not playing as well as that rating they're getting. Anyway, ramble. It was disappointing. So disappointing. I'm just going to be assertive. Yeah, show me something else. I'm not going to make any substitutions, though, quite frankly. I probably should. And I'm going to, just for the heck of it. We're going to take off Mr. Hickman in favour of Mr. Farrell, who doesn't like being one of those. I don't really want two central midfielders on attack, though, so let's having as a... Good God. Just go with the Carolero. That supposedly covers that area there. So we'll try that. Who else? Tom Fisher. Well, you don't look like you're going to score if you're doing that. I also think Hetsky should come on for Corkery. In fact, we're just going to do a striker change. Harris is going to get his shot. He's managed 3 goals in 4 appearances. Well, technically 8 appearances, but from 4 starts. And a good average rating. Even though his stars look pretty low now. So, we'll see. He's doing alright in non-competitive. Let's see if he can actually step up. Because this could be his opportunity. Start the second half. Okay, Lowestoft kickoff. So let's come to get creative, shall we? Throw in for Lowestoft. Thompson Brown. Just passing it around. That's a strong pass back to Johns. Okay, puts the ball forward. Cleared by Breaker. Davis now on the ball for Bassett. Looks for right, out to his right. Nah. Davis now again. Denby on the edge of the box. Harris. Oh, just wide. I feel like that's the closest to come for a while. Denby on a break now. Oh, he's been fouled. Oh, my goodness. They've had somebody sent off. I guess they call that the professional foul, do they? I guess I should be trying to be more positive then, if that's the case. Breaker with the free kick. Gallagher now on the edge of the box. Farrell looking for space. Dispossessed by Green. O'Connor runs onto the long ball. Good God, the defender did not do a good job. And wow. Remember what I said about needing maybe some quicker defenders? Still a realistic issue. You know, let's go back to cautious. We were doing better. There we go. Go on, Harris. Takes it round him. Harris has scored. We've equalised. Royal Wootton Bassett 1. Lowestoft 1. 70th minute. A classic Harris goal, if I may say. That's why he came back. That's why he's still here. Round the keeper. Boom. Thank you, Matthew Harris. You know what? Let's have another. Push forward. Don't be frustrated. Harris will do it. Put it in front of him. He's in a good mood now. There you go. Hetsky. Gallagher. Finds Hetsky again. Davies. Gallagher. Harris with another one off the post. And oh, good God, Johns fumbles it but manages to keep it this side of the line. I'm so excited I'm knocking things off the table. go on. Push forward. Hetsky with the corner. Breaker heads it, but John saves it. Did I get the push forward? I know you're going to be frustrated, but do it anyway. Oh, it's all over. I was so excited by the end of that game. You could probably tell. Well done, Harris. I think you get to start the next match. I'm going to say you were unlucky, because especially you, Harris. Yeah, not a bad result. Would have liked 2-1, but we played really well that second half, so yeah. I wonder if Hetsky and Harris is to start for next game. Hales Owen now, at home to Farsley Celtic, which, interestingly enough, the last time I dealt with Farsley Celtic was Football Manager 2009, and as I understand it, they haven't actually been back to the Vanarama League since then. I also just noticed they have a Mr. R. Brown, who I believe is an ex-Oldham youth player. So he's one to watch. Anyway, in goal it's Folks. Back four is Straker, Barrow, Beckett and Alfieri. In defensive midfield it's Treadwell and Finch. Kenyon in central midfield, left wing Roberts, right wing Hooper, both playing as inside forwards, not wingers, hence why they have swapped sides. With Mr. Reed up front. So, yeah, I've obviously been playing a lot with wingers up there, especially when I had the supporting Shadow Striker and stuff like that. But there's been a need to play inside forwards more because we just weren't creating chances. We weren't getting men in the box. It just wasn't the same. And clearly inside forwards work better at doing that, even if both Hooper and Roberts aren't necessarily, you know, that's not necessarily their most favourite role to play. Anyway, we will encourage you, and I'm feeling passionate today. I expect nothing from a win. Alrighty, kick off. Well, I like the Farsley manager apparently. It's good news. Hellzone in the blue and Farsley in the red. Hellzone with the kick-off. I'm going to ask them to get creative and just see how that sets us up. Well, not seeing a lot in the way of highlights. Maybe I should demand more. Oh, there we go. Holgate with a free kick for Farsley. Out on the right to Ronaldo Brown. Atkinson to Curtis Whitten. They're just passing it around us for fun. Come on, lads. Grab it. Yeah, they're just strolling round us, and there was the shot. Not ideal. Okay, Treadwell with a free kick. Oh, I think it hit the bar. Good try. Goal kick there. Treadwell picks it up. He's in the mood. He's got people in front of him. Shot for Hooper. Okay, Finch now on the ball for Hellzo and Hooper. Looking for his own. He just seemed to kick it straight at the keeper. I mean, striker Reed was obviously offside, so we couldn't try and pass it to him. But come on, let's demand more. Reed's positioning is not ideal. Maybe pressing forward on attack is not what we need in that position. But anyway, Roberts with a free kick. Oh, it's a close one. Coming up to half-time. Feels like we've had the better of it. The match stats say it's been pretty even, but we do need to do more. There we go. I'm far from pleased. I'm not actually going to make any changes right now because nobody's below 6.5. I'm going to give Bradley the opportunity to see if he wants to improve. Farsley with the kickoff. Let's try a more positive approach and see if that helps. And I'm going to say, show some passion. There we go. Get fired up. And you, Mr. Reed. Coming up to 60 minutes. He's not improved, does he? Alright. You, sir, are coming off in favour of Mr. Membriliera. Because that's easy for me to say. And he's blazed best as a poacher, which I will continue with. So, I wonder if I should put Hooper on support. Let's try that. Oh, and also, Mr. Josh Barrow. You can come off for Mr. Marshall. And I don't think, oh yeah, I know what I need to do is not have you playing as wing-back. You don't like it. I keep doing it to you, but you hate it. And I think I'm just going to put you on automatic. There we go. Should be a bit tighter at the back. Alright, push forward. There you go. Don't be frustrated. There we go. Oh dear. Beckett now for Alfieri, Hooper. Need to get it out of our half, guys. I know you want to keep possession and all. Okay, Finch with the ball up in front of Membrilla. Oh my goodness, he skies it. Come on. Alright. Farsley in control here. Brown to Brown. Long ball forward now. Whittingham. Oh my goodness. Fires it at Folks. And it just ricochets in. Robbie Curtis Whittingham. Shouldn't you be a lawyer instead of a football player with a name like that? Look at that. Well, what can you say? I don't really want to criticise Folks for that. Yeah. Forget this tiki-taka business. I wonder if we should go back to control possession again. That seemed to work in the old days. But with a bit faster tempo. There you go. Let's try that. Come on, Hellzowen. Let it not be 1-0. Treadwell. Oh, into the box. Marshall touched it. That's it. It's all over. Surely. Yeah. Well, a bit disappointed. I didn't think we were awful, but we're not. Something's not right with the tactical setup. It is the manager's responsibility to fix that. So I shall be having strong words with Manager 2. Okay, so if we just finish off with a quick review. Bassett, of course, drawing at home to Lowestoft, leaving them in 13th on 11 points. As I talked about, got to work on that goal scoring thing. Maybe Harris is the answer. We shall see. But yeah, there's a little bit of work to do there. But I'm not too disappointed in that result, especially considering that Lowestoft are in 10th. So, if we go over to Manager 2. Yeah, that was disappointing, especially when you consider where Farsley are. You know, between the two of us, Farsley aren't staying up, and yet they just beat us 1-0. I say that, you know, things could go horribly wrong. Goal scoring again. Tactics issue, perhaps. I don't know. Like I say, we're not conceding many goals, which is important. Though we just conceded one there, of course. But that's 2 games we haven't scored in. In fact, we haven't scored since our 4-0, and prior to that, it was 3 games where we didn't score. So, maybe this is going to be the 3rd of 3 games against Chorley. But anyway, I need to be figuring out why. Because I think Hooper could be a good goal scorer. He's playing as an inside forward over here, which he's not that big a fan of by all accounts, but I don't know. He's also not somebody I want to replace, considering how he's doing. Jack Sargent has been solid, but he is on a decline, which is a bit concerning. Especially at 36, and the current international, I hasten to add. Sorry, 26, I think I said. Yeah, 26. And a current Gibraltarian. Sorry, Gibraltarian. I can't even say it. Gibraltar International. Current. Crikey. Yeah, there's kind of work to be done on both teams. I knew it was going to be a struggle for Hellzowen. after Bassett's performance last season. Again, it just highlights the fault with the actual mod more than anything else, but that's been a real struggle too. But few signings, couple of changes here and there, it'll be fine. If you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.